Hey everyone, welcome back to Corporate Dakota, the place where we try to uncover the hidden treasures, or perhaps just the dusty corners of the corporate world. Today we're staring down a report from Valuence Merger Corp. And let's just say it's less about explosive growth and more about strategic patience. So, imagine a company that's aiming to buy another company, but it's taking its sweet time. That is Valuence Merger Corp. Their latest report basically tells us they've given themselves another month to find that perfect business to merge with. Pretty routine stuff for these types of companies, but it's how they do it and what it costs that we're going to unpack. And before we dive in, if you enjoyed these deep dives into financial documents, hit that subscribe button. We also have a fantastic community over on Discord with a link in the description below where we chat about these reports and much more. This filing is a Form 8K, which is like a company's public diary for really important immediate news. It's not their quarterly or annual report that has all the detailed financials, but it's crucial for when something significant happens that investors need to know about right away. Think of it as a company announcing a big surprise party or maybe just a surprise delay. In this case, the big news is an extension. Valuence Merger Corp, or the company as they call themselves here, is what's known as a Special Purpose Acquisition Company or SPAC. Basically, they raise money from the public with the sole intention of using that money to buy or merge with an existing private company. They have a deadline to do this, and if they don't find a target, they usually have to return the money to investors. The key date here is the 3rd of February 2026. This is when the company's leadership decided to extend the deadline for their initial business combination. This isn't the first time, mind you. They've been doing this month after month. What this means is that the company has bought itself an extra month, pushing their deadline from the 3rd of February to the 3rd of March of 2026. This is actually the 19th time they've extended this deadline, which is the maximum number of extensions allowed according to their governing documents. So this is it, the final stretch for them to find a company to acquire. They are truly running out of playbook here. Now, extending this deadline doesn't come for free. For each of these monthly extensions, the company has to put more money into its trust account. This time, it was an additional $28,011. Think of this as a small fee they pay to keep the clock ticking. This money comes from somewhere, and while it might seem small in the grand scheme of a merger, it adds up over time. It's a cost of doing business for a SPAC to keep searching for a deal. This just confirms that they are following their own rules. Their company charter, which is like their company's constitution, allows them to do these monthly extensions up to the 3rd of March deadline, as long as the board agrees. It's all very formal and by the book, ensuring they are transparent with their process, even if the process itself is just to keep looking. Here, they've checked the box indicating they are an emerging growth company. This is a designation for companies that have less than a certain amount of revenue, and it allows them to benefit from certain regulatory accommodations. It basically means they're treated like a smaller, newer company in terms of some reporting requirements, giving them a bit of breathing room as they grow. This section is where all the juicy, but in this case rather mild, news goes. It's the catch-all for important events that don't fit into other specific categories of the 8K. And here, the main event is just the extension we've been talking about. Nothing more, nothing less. And here we have the signature block indicating who is officially signing off on this report for the company. It is Sungwoo Hong, who holds a pretty important combined role as Chief Financial Officer and Director. This tells us he's responsible for managing the company's finances and is a key decision maker on the board. Now, what does all this really mean for us, the investors or just interested onlookers? Well, Valuence Merger Corp is in a common position for many SPACs. They've raised capital, but they haven't yet found a substantial business to merge with. The fact that they've used all 19 monthly extensions shows a persistent search, but also potentially a difficulty in finding a suitable target or agreeing on terms. The additional $28,011 deposit might seem small, but it highlights that these extensions have a real cost. It's money that could have been used for other things, but for a SPAC, it's a necessary expense to keep the deal making alive. We need to remember that SPACs have a ticking clock. And this extension is their way of buying more time before their IPO funds potentially have to be returned to shareholders. The biggest takeaway here is that this company is in its final chapter of its SPAC life. By the 3rd of March 2026, they will either have announced a definitive agreement to merge with another company, or they will likely have to liquidate and return the money to the investors. This is a critical period for them. Looking at their overall direction, the strength here is their ability to secure extensions and maintain the search. The weakness, or rather the point of heightened risk, is that without a deal by their final deadline, the company effectively ceases to exist in its current form, and investors get their money back. The opportunity for them is to find a diamond in the rough, a promising company that can benefit from becoming publicly traded. The risk is that they settle for a less than ideal merger just to avoid liquidation, or that no suitable merger partner is found at all. So Valuence Merger Corp eye is on the clock. They've extended their search for a business to merge with one last time. The coming weeks will be crucial to see if they can pull off a deal, or if this SPAC will be heading for an early retirement. Alright, that is our breakdown of Valuence Merger Corp. I's latest report, what is your take on SPACs and their extension strategies? Do you think they will find a merger partner in time, or is liquidation the likely outcome? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. If this analysis was valuable, hitting that like button really helps us out, and subscribe for more deep dives into corporate filings. And don't forget to check out our Discord community in the description for more conversations. Thanks for watching, and well, see you next time.